Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be pushing some Grays. So I've completely maxed him out at the moment. Grays, a ton of fun. Unfortunately, I've not had the time to push him to rank 30 just yet, but need to get a video out for you guys, just giving you guys my thoughts on how strong Gray is currently in the meta. So of course, before we jump into it, make sure you're using the correct code. That'd be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the first game then. So playing with Gray so far has been a ton of fun, and overall I feel like Gray is a really good brawler, but the only thing that of course I struggled with at the beginning is his main attack mechanic. Like, it was a little bit confusing. It's a lot different than most brawlers, and it's a bit of a delay to it. Like, of course, it's just such a weird animation. It's kind of confusing to begin with, but as I've played with it quite a fair bit now, I've got used to it, and I think Gray is a really good brawler. And one thing you've got to bear in mind with Gray is that both his star power and Gadget, which is currently out right now, isn't actually his best one. It's actually the second best one, 100%. His other star power gives you 1000 healing every time you teleport, which is pretty decent, and also to your teammates as well. And then the other Gadget is completely broken. I feel like the other Gadget is literally the main, well, will be the main reason why he'll be like a top brawler in the meta. So yeah, that is just my thoughts overall on Gray, but I think he's a really good brawler. I think honestly, I feel like he might be a little bit stronger than Chester once his other star power and Gadget come into the game, which a lot of people may not expect, because Chester's just running around like crazy on ladder. But I was watching Bobby's stream, but he made a great point, and I completely agree with his point that I feel like on ladder Chester probably be a little bit better, because you can literally just run through most people, and just, you know, it's not very skillful. But I think Gray in competitive is going to be really strong. So that's going to be the first game. Let's jump into the next one. All right guys, jumping into the next game. And so as I mentioned about competitive, I feel like Gray's going to have so many cool plays about him. Like, a lot of people are really underrating him already. Just think of the amazing teleport plays he can make already. I don't think I've had as much fun as I've had with Gray with any type of brawler in a very long time. So I thought someone was in the bush there. I don't know what I was shooting at, but yeah, as I mentioned, like, I was playing a lot of Gray yesterday and just made so many funny plays in Brawl, like teleporting my teammates into like a jelly soup. But I don't know, it's just so many funny plays you can make, but also some really clutch plays I can make. So one thing that I've definitely been doing a lot with Gray is when someone is like two-shottable. So I'd say like around 3k HP or something, I know for sure that I can kill them in 2 shots. I'll just TP onto them because I know I'm going to get the kill. And that's one thing that is secretly really strong with Gray. Just look at this, I can teleport into, well, I could, if I'd actually aimed my shots, I could have killed both of them right there, which you probably don't expect with Gray, right? But he's secretly an insane assassin. Like, he's got that assassin capability with him. That's why I feel like over time, like, Gray might be a stronger brawler than Chester. Let me know whether you agree or disagree on that one, but trust me, I think he's got the kind of survivability about him as well. You know, for example, like an egg jumps on you, you can use your super and get away, and that's one thing that Chester don't have, which is pretty important in a lot of game modes. So might be able to make a quick play right here. We can just evade the Frank super so easily. That's why I just love his super. It's got to be one of the most fun supers in the game. I thought his super, I won't really say boring, but you know, with the sneak peeks, well, not even sneak peeks, just seeing it off the Brawl Talk, I thought, you know, teleport is not going to be that fun, right? But trust me, it's been so much fun playing with this one. Let me know as well what you think of well, both of these brawlers, and what you think of Mandy as well, because of course we've got to wait a little while for Mandy to unlock. So it'll be interesting to see if Mandy is as strong as these two, but that's gonna be another game. Let's hop into the next one. All right guys, jumping into the next game then. So if you've seen in the gameplay already, I wanted to get another video out yesterday, like as soon as possible, but I think 3 videos in one day would have been a bit overkill. But I just love the little trick that I've been doing with Gray. Like, being able to break open walls with his Gadget is actually incredibly strong, and especially considering the range. Like, it's taken a little bit of a while to get used to the range on it, but some maps like Center Stage yesterday, especially when you're up against like a Grom, for example, who's actually pretty strong in the meta right now, it was a really good counter to him if you just hit literally anything. You don't even have to hit the opponent, you can just hit a turret or something and it can break open so many walls. So we're gonna help Chippy's out there with the Jackie. Unfortunately, we've got a Buster running up. We've got to be a little bit careful. So Rolo is completely carrying right now. Gets the stun onto this Buster. I'm just going to teleport onto the Buster to try and get a little bit more poke damage onto him. Let's try and use this Gadget. Oh, damn it. I'll try to just break more walls open. Of course, that's going to allow us to take down Jackie a little bit more easier. But now with just the Dynamite in the goal, we should be able to take him down. And that's going to be the goal pretty nice. So again, I feel like Gray, of course, isn't going to be like completely usable everywhere, but I think the only game mode where he might struggle on is probably highest because he doesn't have like insane DPS, but still I could see him being used as a viable mid. Like I feel like his clutch factor is pretty insane. Just the ability again just to teleport onto anyone literally at any given point. Oh, if I had quicker reaction times, probably could have super kicked that one out, but still quite hopeful about our chances of winning this one. So another thing to note as well about the meta, I think I'll probably do, let me know what video you want to see tomorrow, by the way, but I'm thinking of just doing like an overall like testing out, you know, the balance changes, the meta, giving you guys my thoughts on all of that good stuff. But one thing to note is that Buster, for me, he's still absolutely insane. Like he's one of the best brawlers easily in the game still, which it just goes to think like, how do you actually nerf Buster? Like there's been so many nerfs to him. I just feel like there needs to be more than what's been nerfed. Like I don't think at this point it's a damage or HP problem. It's just Buster alone. Like for me, it's got to do with his gadget. It's just got to do with just his overall mechanics. Being able to have as much range as he does is a little bit annoying. Let's see. Okay, probably should have just super shot that one in. I somehow managed to teleport Rolo back as well. It's just so much fun playing Gray. So that's going to be another dub. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into probably the final game right here. So don't overload too much in terms of gameplay with Gray. So far, I would give him probably like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. You know, the only thing that isn't the best with him is, of course, like sometimes against skillful opponents, it might be a little bit hard to connect your shots onto them. But I feel like once you charge your first super, you should be able to continually cycle in a super over and over again and make all of these amazing plays. And that, again, I just feel like he's going to be a bit more underrated than a Chester, because again, like legendary brawler may feel just mechanically that Chester has a lot more things about him, but you know, Chester might struggle a little bit on the range maps, so it's one thing to consider. So actually, that was a really quick game. Let's jump into one final game. All right, guys, jumping into the final game, and so we're just one game away from 800. So one thing I want to pinpoint again, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I'm just really scared of actually his second gadget coming out. I feel like they're going to emergency nerf this one pretty quickly. Like the ability to break open so much of the map so quickly, I think has been definitely overlooked by the dev team in Supercell. Maybe they're just they want to see this gadget just break the game, because I just can't see how they don't imagine the gadget being incredibly strong, right? It's literally a Griff super, being able to aim it across the map. Like that's one downfall about Griff super, not super, gadget, sorry. It's like, of course it breaks open the map, but you've got to get into position. Sometimes as a Griff, you might actually get killed before you can get into position to break open a wall. But with Gray's gadget, you can just fire it away from a safe distance, break open the map without any need to like build up a super, for example, like you need to do with Ruffs or like Colt. You can just press a button and break open the entire map, which of course is going to counter so much of the meta and so many tanks. And I mean, thankfully, it might counter Buster a little bit. So again, getting closer to super. And one thing I'll pinpoint again, time and time again, is just notice who you know for sure you can just like 1 or 2 shot with Gray's super, because you'll be able to make so many amazing plays. Thankfully, Buster hasn't got his gadget, and that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes the teleport can work really well, or sometimes it can backfire and just, yeah, look pretty stupid. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.